乱世心，浮沉中生死无忌，命运百般如戏。梦境里谁人影？斜阳落空收回忆，相思何处忘记？斩不断爱情丝伤。如果失去他，何必独霸天下？此生相爱无怨无悔，只为你牵挂。红尘无奈万事尔虞我诈，心似真似假。就算天大地大，真爱无常，相守到白发。只愿与你生死共天涯。
How dare she hurt you over and over? I will not let her. Get off easy this time.
Your Majesty, please try to forgive her. She's only like this because I left her behind years ago. She has a reason to hold a grudge against me. Your Majesty, please give back her baby. Pardon her and help me make up for some of my mistakes in the past.
Li Hua.
Your Majesty, I'm begging you for her pardon.
Your Majesty, the Imperial Palace is well guarded, so I was wondering how Shu could break into it easily. There wasn't even a guard to stop her. I'm afraid someone was behind this.
I understand your concern. Li Hua is pregnant. If she stays here inside the palace, I'm afraid she might be in danger again, and I cannot allow that. Li Hua, in a few days, you will join me to my hometown to worship. It will be better than staying here in this dreadful palace.
His Majesty went to his hometown to worship the ancestors with a concubine. He doesn't take our family seriously at all.
Mother, you must know your plots. Have distanced His Majesty from us. We even failed to distance themselves from each other. Now they expect a child. In his eyes, I'm nothing but a petty and scheming woman. Nothing else.
Sister, you should not be blaming Mother. His Majesty doesn't like you. Can't you figure out a way to get him attracted to you?
How do you know His Majesty does not like me? That's right. Yin Li Hua knew him before I did. But then, His Majesty and I have a long-lasting bond. It's not that he doesn't fancy me. I am just guilty by association. So please, be mindful of your own business. And stay out of mine from now on.
Silence! It is your incompetence that has given Yin Li Hua the upper hand on us. You couldn't be Empress without the family's backing. Why do you put the blame on me and your brother? You think you have it all figured out, but you don't look at yourself. You will be dethroned one day if you don't listen to us, and that will be your karma. You just wait and see.
Sister, we do understand your frustration. Mother worries for you. She does everything for you and our family. You must hold Lady Yin down to keep your crown and to keep our family's status. This is very important to us all.
Your Majesty made a vow to Li Hua in front of everyone back then. You dreamed to be the chief of the Capital Guard and take Yin Li Hua's hand in marriage. Now you're back home, and you have really married her. It's just that we should call Wanshu His Majesty, and Yin Li Hua should be called Noble Lady.
Stop teasing me, Uncle. I have come home to worship our ancestors and to help her through this beautiful journey. She is to be a mother.
Her Highness is expecting? That is wonderful!
That is great news. We are glad Your Majesty and Your Highness are home. Our family reunion feels like a wonderful New Year's celebration.
Oh, Uncle, do you remember you yelled at me right here? You said, "Get out of my way, you idiot!" That was a long time ago.
Oh, yes, that was many years ago.
It has been a long time. Uncle, tell me, how is your health?
Oh, well, I can still walk briskly, but my mind is slowing down now. I had a good memory before when I was the district magistrate, but not anymore. I'm so forgetful lately, but that does come with age. It's something I must accept of myself.
Remember when Uncle showed favoritism towards Brother Yan and Brother Shu? You taught them how to read and how to write. I'd bug Brother Shu to tell me the stories he learned in the Imperial College.
Our eldest brother was too busy, so I was the one who had to look after you and tell you all the stories.
Bo Xiang was eager to revive the Han Dynasty and bring peace to the world. It would be great if he were still alive to be with us today so he could have joined our family reunion.
We're never apart. Our brother Yan and Sister Yuan, they never left. They are always with us, no matter where we are.
Brother Yan and Sister Yuan, they would be happy for us.
Throughout these years, I have always wanted to come back and visit you all, but I was always too busy. But I promise you that we will return more often now. This is home.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's great.
So exciting. We love having you
Your
here.
Majesty. Your Majesty has provided privilege for the people in Sayang for so many years, and we are grateful for your kindness. Now we wish Your Majesty health and long life. Yes, to Your Majesty's health.
Did you hear that?
All right, here now. Soak your feet. It's getting cold. You have to be careful about your legs. Keep them warm.
You've said it 100 times. You're always reminding me. Please stop nagging me again.
Oh, just do as I tell you. You always push yourself too hard.
We're not in the palace. And you are the mighty emperor now, you know? If your subjects see you wash my feet and give me a massage every day, wouldn't that embarrass you?
I don't care. The Emperor is a man. And soon enough, he'll be a father. You know what? I must tell you. I often used to fantasize that we would live in this cottage like an ordinary couple, that we would respect each other, and always be together, but things didn't work out. Not the way we wanted them to. We can't do everything out of free will. Having this moment now is enough, as long as I'm with you.
Wenshu, don't worry. I will take good care of myself. For you and our baby.
How can you take care of yourself? Your legs are swollen. You can't even bend over. Look at you. But don't worry. I'm here. I'm here for you so you can relax.
Do you want for us to have a boy or a girl?
Well, a boy. Boys are like their mothers. In the future, he can protect you. What is it?
He's kicking.
Really? Come. Let me feel it. Let me check.
You feel it?
Are you sure he's there?
Of course he's there.
My son, come on. Kick again. Let me feel you, now.
So, did you feel it?
He's kicking. I can feel him now. He must have heard me tell him to move. That's my boy.
Look at you. You already have 3 children, but you still act like a child.
It's different now. This is our first baby. It's a bumpy road now. You have to slow down.
I'm fine.
Oh, I shouldn't take you out while you are pregnant. But I just can't leave you alone at home.
We have fought together before, and our baby will be fine going to battle with us.
It was the 4th year of Jianwu's reign. Li Hua gave birth to their first child, Liu Yang, in an army tent.
Oh, good boy. Go to your mother now.
Oh, my baby. My sweet boy. So sweet. Your Majesty, pick a name for our baby.
He is our firstborn. I wish that he will have a healthy and peaceful life. Let's name him Liu Yang. In that way, he will be warm and bright like the sun.
Little Yang,
Liu Yang,
that's your name.
do you like your name, huh? Liu Yang?
Yang.
He is our first child, and we will have another, and a third. Sorry to make you suffer. Liu Yang.
Yang. Aw, don't cry.
Here,
Mama's
I'll give you a
here.
kiss.
Aw.
After 2 years of constant battles, Liu Shu defeated enemies all over the central area.
Your Majesty, I am Ma Yuan. I offer to be your ally on behalf of Lord Longsheep.
Well, I appreciate your work with Lord Longxi. I've heard a lot about you, so it goes without saying that truly, I am very happy to meet you.
I am flattered, Your Majesty. I admire Your Majesty for your courage and insight.
Glad to be your acquaintance, Ma Yuan.
Your Highness knows who I am.
I've heard a lot about you. His Majesty and I feel so honored to finally have you here.
Thank you.
All right. A toast to allies.
I cannot believe it. His Majesty brought Yin Li Hua along. Tell me, am I his empress or not? I am his wife, aren't I? Yin Li Hua is nothing but a concubine!
Be careful not to say that in front of anyone else. You must always be cautious. You have to endure the humiliation in order for you to maintain your respect and dignity as the Empress.
Endure it? Mother, I have been tolerant enough, but His Majesty never cares about my dignity. Why should I care? He brings Yin Li Hua to ceremonies and battles. Then sooner or later, Yin Li Hua will ride roughshod over me!
Be calm. Concentrate on raising a prince. I'll find a way to take Yin Li Hua down.
Please make way for the Empress!
Greetings, Your Highness.
Please get up, noble lady. Your legs are not strong. No need to salute. I have not seen you lately. And since you are not well, I've come to visit you and the fourth prince. Oh. Where is little Yang right now, by the way?
His Majesty took him to pay a visit to Princess Hu Yang.
His Majesty surely loves him very much. Yin Li Hua, tell me, how have you been? Are you getting better?
Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing better.
It's His Majesty's fault, you know. He shouldn't always bring you to the battlefields or have you along to welcome the envoys with him. It's hard for your body to keep up. You have to make so much effort. And now the officials, they are very ungrateful and are complaining to His Majesty that you are interfering with political affairs now, and it's not appropriate for you to go to the battlefields.
I stay in the Imperial Palace, but I've never heard about that. Thank you for sharing this with me. The doctor told me I'm pregnant again, so I'm advised to stay in the palace during my entire pregnancy so I can have some good rest.
Is that right? Well, congratulations.
In the 5th year of Jianwu's reign, people suffered from drought and a locust plague.
Sister, Wei Xiao and Qian Shui made a move. He dispatched an envoy to Hudsi, wanting to ally with Dorong.
Wei Xiao's making trouble when His Majesty is busy with disaster relief. His Majesty said he couldn't be trusted. It's a temporary fix to make peace with him, but he will never submit to others. I didn't expect him to be so ambitious. I really regret that we didn't kill him in Chang'an. He's such a big problem.
I guess that Dorong wants part of the Imperial Court, but it's a long way from Hudsi to Luoyang, and there is even Tianshui County in between. It's inconvenient to reach us. It won't work if Wei Xiao interferes.
That's ridiculous. Is he trying to be the emperor and restore the 6 districts?
With Gongshen Shi and Yichu, Wei Xiao in Tianshui County, if the Cheng family fights against Han, Dorong will surely be a vital key to their success. His decision is very important. Will you make a suggestion to His Majesty?
His Majesty should have thought about it. Dorong has 2 options. Either he submits or he fights.
Your Majesty, how do you plan to deal with Dorong?
Well, I will issue an edict to Dorong. Since Gongsun Qiang occupies Shushu, and General Wei occupies Jianxiu, you will be the key to our success if war breaks out. In this case, is it possible that we become allies? You can assist me in carrying out a benevolent government in order to achieve your very great cause. If you want 3 parties confronting and taking a side, you should decide at the right moment and know the world is not unified. We are in different territories. I am not a threat to you. There must be someone convincing you to set up a separatist regime. I can give you land, but I can't share dominion. You can make your own decision.
Dorong won't know what to do when he receives this. He will be very shocked at your perspective, and will submit to you, Your Majesty. I'm certain of it.
His Majesty is here!
Your Majesty,
Please, take it easy. Be careful now.
I can handle it.
You are carrying my precious child. Well, I have great news. Deng Yu successfully defeated the rebellion, led by Yan Shen.
That's very good to know that Teng Yu is now winning again.
Is this what you've been doing the entire day?
If I can't go to the battlefield, at least I can help you with this.
You're carrying a baby. You might get over fatigued if you spend so much time editing these reports.
I spend so much time just sitting and eating and waiting for the baby. That's what makes me fatigued. Wenshu, don't worry. This isn't my first pregnancy.
You must still take care. How's your stay here? Be honest with me. Do you often get bored?
Not at all. It's quiet in Yuntai Palace. I can help you with something, under the guise of reading the reports here. This way, no one will complain that I interfere with political affairs.
You know what, Li Hua? I am lucky to have you.
Oh, Your Majesty. There are officials recommending to establish the Imperial College. If you'd like to know, in my opinion, I think that...
It's prohibited to enter Yuntai Palace without His Majesty's permission. He obviously cares a great deal about Yin Li Hua.
His Majesty still doesn't trust us.
He hides her in Yuntai Palace, but he can't protect her from everyone. As long as we find a way to weaken the power of the generals from Yingchuan and Nanyang, she will lose strength. Even His Majesty won't be able to help her by then, and there's nothing else that he could do. It's our only option.
Most generals are in Nanyang. Are you saying that?
Under the command and employ of the Honorable and Great Liu Shu, the general's talents were put to good use. They were able to defeat the separatist regimes in the east, the south, and in the north. With these victories, unifying the central region is just around the corner.
Congratulations on your triumphant return, Your Majesty! You may all rise.
Thank you, Your Majesty!
Thank you for the bravery you've shown in battle. You all will be rewarded. Are there any urgent matters in the Imperial Court?
Your Majesty, reports by local officials say that General Feng Yi was loved and esteemed by local people, and they call him Lord Shanyang. He is dictatorial and has been trying to win over people's support and attempting to rebel.
Rebel? We won't have pacified the areas around Chang'an without his defense and deterrence. Those who made this rumor up are going to rebel.
Calm down, my lady. Think about the baby.
No one in the court is more meritorious and credible than Gongsun. He fought battles tirelessly right alongside His Majesty. Then 3 years ago, he led the worst equipped army with only 20,000 soldiers and took areas around Chang'an. He is the hero here, and now he's being framed as a villain?
His Majesty is wise. He will clear General Feng's name. You need not worry about it.
I trust His Majesty, but I can't trust those idiots. Listen, Gongsun is strict and disciplines the army, so people love him and call him Lord Shanyang. Those spreading rumors are framing him for treason, and that is not right. Listen, I'll talk to His Majesty.
My lady.
Calm down, noble lady. It's all right. Just calm down now.
Your Majesty.
Leave us.
What noble lady? I was about to look for you.
Well, I am here now. Please don't be mad. Here, drink some water.
No, thank you.
Oh, have some. Here.
Your Majesty, you trust Gongsun, don't you?
Of course, just like you do. I trust Gongsun very much. But things are complicated right now. They can't be easily settled. You know, to be honest with you, I may have no other choice but to recall Gongsun to avoid any further conflict.
Don't do that, Your Majesty. If you recall him, he will think you suspect him of something bad. That alone will disappoint him and give the wicked what they want. It's so unbearable. How could they?
All right, I understand. Relax, relax now. Hey, remember, the baby is your priority. Now listen, our baby's talking to you. He's saying, "Mother, don't be mad. Father always gets anxious whenever you're angry." Am I right?
I don't think you're anxious at all.
Why wouldn't I be? A little impatience can spoil even the best plans, so we shouldn't lose our heads right now. Because I'm here to discuss this with you. So tell me, do you have a solution?
You know, wealth and power are what treacherous officials want. They want what benefits them. But the loyal ones are very different. They need trust from you. Trust from their majesty. And trust from the people. Gongsun is all the way in Guangzhong, and he's performing very well. The tattlers in court are spreading baseless accusations. It's not that they're committing treason, but the lack of trust is a big problem.
I don't worry about the officials. I fear that the generals would be encouraged by backstabbers. Li Hua, do you remember back then when we were in Hebei?
Your Majesty wants to placate the generals for what happened in the past?
In just a few days, there will be a chance when Renguang returns. We are all gathered here today to celebrate Ho Qing's triumphant return. This is a great opportunity for us all to get together. All of you fought for me bravely in Hebei, so now we're like close friends. No need to stick to ceremony. Just relax. A toast!
Thank you, Your Majesty! To your health, Your Majesty!
Your Majesty, if you don't mind my asking, where is Lady Yin?
General Yin is here!
Good day, Your Majesty. I salute you, generals.
All right then, come and sit.
Noble lady, what are you wearing?
Since all of you are my old army comrades in Hebei, I'd like to blend in. That's why I'm wearing this. There is no noble lady. Call me General Yin.
Lady Yin in this outfit reminds me of the good old days when we're fighting together in Hebei.
How I recall it, we barely had a chance to enjoy a meal, given that we were all too busy fighting when we were in Hebei.
Yes. When we were in Hebei, we were chased by Wang Lang and desperately escaped to Shindu. I remember it clearly.
Speaking of desperation, my time in Hebei was the most desperate time in my life. I wouldn't have been emperor without you all. So now, a toast to all of you. Generals, a toast to your loyalty.
Thank you, Your Majesty!
I didn't have an army, or supplies and weapons. When I was assigned to Hebei, it was challenging. I would have died if Gongsun hadn't found a bowl of porridge for me to eat so I could stay alive.
Your Majesty, remember the Wuwei Pavilion porridge? And of course the clear soup at Hutua River that Gongsun cooked.
Yes. Whenever I was in danger, Gongsun always saved me. I will never forget how much he has done for me. I owe that man my life. He will always be a great general.
It was not easy for Gongsun, when you think of it. Putting things aside to get supplies during the war was a difficult task.
Without the supplies, the army couldn't have marched forward. Gongsun not only pacified the Guangzhong area, but he also led the soldiers to farm for self-sufficiency. He's the first to do that.
You know, back then, without Gongsun, none of us would have reached Hsinchu County. It would have been impossible.
It's such a pity that Gongsun's not here. It would have been great to have him here. Why isn't he here with us now?
Gongsun is in Guangzhong under my orders. He can't be here. He is so loyal. Yet there are people slandering him in my court. I feel sorry for him. He doesn't deserve any of it. He has always been such a good man.
Gongsun has devoted himself to your majesty as well as to our country, and he never takes credit for it. I can't believe somebody would slander him.
You are correct. Those dirty dogs try to attack him. When he's not in court, they defame him out of sheer jealousy. They are dreadful and should be dealt with accordingly.
I believe that God is just and fair. What I'm thinking is, no one would ever dare to slander the great Minister of War, or even the very irritable General Wu. Am I right? General Wu, you're the leader of the generals. What do you think?
Me and Gong Sun have been officials for years. I do believe he is faithful and loyal. There is no way he is a warlord.
Through these years, you have all risked your lives fighting for me. I appreciate your loyalty very much. I have complete faith in Gongsun, and in all of you men as well. I know you will never disappoint me, and of course the people and our country.
We deeply appreciate Your Majesty's recognition. We will be at your service with loyalty.
Good. Come, a toast.
Tell me, are all of these from His Majesty?
His Majesty wants you to handle them yourself.
I fully understand his request.
I heard that His Majesty and Lady Yin entertained the generals 2 days ago.
We failed to crush her allies by implicating Feng Yi. I can't believe that she would try to win over the Hebei generals.
Sister, she is interfering with government affairs and conspiring with officials. As the Empress, you can take the chance to punish her now.
How will I do that? Even the Hebei generals are grateful to Feng Yi and stick by her side now. What can I do?
Do you just want to sit and watch her get more and more power?
It's not over. We need not worry yet. We can still turn things around.
Really? They plan to impeach you?
His Majesty shared these to you. Show his faith in me. Everything in court is under his control. His Majesty didn't say a word, but I can imagine the pressure he is facing. I must be sure not to put him in harm's way.
So, what are you going to do then?
If I do nothing about it, someone will certainly make an issue out of it again. There are external problems, and I must bring this to an end. My priority is to return to the capital now. I will clear my name and reassure the people.
Reducing the burden for His Majesty is your duty. I understand. When do we go?
I still have something to take care of. You go back to Luoyang with my son and Lady Liu. I will meet you later, when I am done here. All of this is complicated. You see, the Gu family is looking for their chance to go against us generals. So please, be careful.
Don't worry. I'll be fine because Li Hua is in Luoyang, so please don't worry about me. Just please take care, and come back soon. Sister, everything will be okay. Our husband will be fine. When we return to Luoyang, you'll see. His Majesty will clear Feng Yi's name.
Yes. What is happening?
Sister, I'll drive the carriage. Protect Xiang.
Okay.
Quickly! After them! Quickly! Get them! Hurry! Stop them! Go! Get them!
Sister!
toast too!
Sister, are you all right? Get out of the carriage! Yinxing.
Sister, are you okay?
Yes, I'm all right.
Well then, I will escort you to Luoyang, and then we are going to look into this assassination attempt.
Thank you. We are grateful.
Sister Ting is coming? Really? Come with me to meet her.
But you just gave birth, my lady. Please let me go.
Oh, come on. I want to meet her. Let's go.
My lady, slow down.
Sister, are you feeling better now?
I'm all right. Thank you for protecting Zang'er and I.
Don't thank me. We are family now. We could have died if Yinxing hadn't come in time with the Yulin army.
I wonder how our husband is doing. Greetings, Your Highness.
Well, I heard from His Majesty. Lady Feng was attacked. Should you have rested a few more days? Why come so soon?
Thank you for your concern. I'm doing fine.
Please rise.
Thank you, Your Highness.
So you aren't injured at all?
No, Your Highness. The Yulin army came to save us in time.
Does General Feng know about this?
Oh, Your Highness. I didn't want him to worry, so I didn't tell him.
I see. I heard that General Feng executed the Chang'an magistrate. People indeed love him for his governance. They even call him Lord Shanyang. If General Feng knows about this, he will be too worried to hold post in Chang'an. Your Highness, our husband is loyal, and he is devoted. Everything he does with the interest of our country, and never asks for credit. He is loyal. Your Highness may investigate if needed. Oh? And you are... Your Highness, my name is Tingru. I am the concubine of Marquis Yangxia. A concubine? Was I talking to you? Have you no respect for your lady to interrupt me like that?
Please forgive her, Your Highness. She didn't mean to offend you.
Lady Feng, you have to act with dignity as a lady. Don't tolerate the concubine being disrespectful. I will discipline her for you.
Sister Ting, are you all right?
I'm all right.
No! Greetings, Your Highness.
Oh, noble lady. It's not a good time. She disrespected Lady Feng, so I punished this ignorant concubine to teach her a lesson.
This lowly concubine dare offend Lady Feng. By interrupting her and the Empress, we must certainly teach her to have some manners.
Wait for a moment, noble lady. Servants! On my order, flog the concubine tongue 50 times!
Pardon, Your Highness. General Feng sent for his family to come here to show his loyalty. Now if his concubine gets beaten without permission upon arrival, then you tell me, how could His Majesty explain this to General Feng?
It's not that serious. How dare a lowly concubine offend the noble Empress? She deserves to die for her behavior, so drag her away.
Stop there!
What's this? Doesn't the Empress have the right to punish her on behalf of Lady Feng?
That's not what I mean. Although she is a concubine, His Majesty officiated their marriage. She's made contributions to her country. Your Highness will be blamed if something happens to her.
What is your point? Rules are rules. She should get punished for her rudeness. Otherwise, the people will follow the example she has made. I have made my decision.
Pardon me, Your Highness. His Majesty requires Marquis Yangxia's family to meet him in the West Palace.
Lady Feng, I apologize if they frightened you. Daimao, take her to the side chamber so she may rest.
Your Majesty.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
we had conceded, but they kept pushing it. They even had a servant slap Sister Ting's face in public. They went too far.
Mother, you heard what she said? She's showing off that His Majesty loves her more. Who does she think she is, embarrassing me? She's got another thing coming to her, you'll see! Li Hua, I used to be a servant. I know this happens. Don't worry about me.
Don't worry. Look, I won't let anyone bully her while she's here. But listen, Liu Xing told me you encountered assassins on your way here. Tell me about it. What happened?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. There were about 50 bandits that attacked out of nowhere on our way here. They were trying to kill everyone, obviously. They wanted our lives. They didn't ask for money.
I think that they were aiming at Gong Sun. Firstly, they can frame your majesty and scare Gong Sun away from the capital. Secondly, if his family ended up killed, it would have alienated Gong Sun from his majesty.
The Guo family must have something to do with all of this. Unfortunately, I have no evidence to prove they're conspiring against me.
Your Majesty, please tell me, will they assassinate my husband?
Don't worry. I will ensure your husband's safety.
You silly girl. Feng Yi followed His Majesty from the beginning, and there's a rumor from Chang'an. His Majesty will do something about it. Now, how do you think the other generals will feel if he suspects Feng Yi of any wrongdoing? He probably won't do much, or anything at all, really. Just so nothing happens to his precious family that are in Luoyang. They are a weakness of his, of course. The more you do, the more upset he gets. Then Yin Lihua is able to take advantage of it and gain more power. Your Highness, just focus on taking care of the children for now. Leave the rest to me and your uncle. We will take care of everything for you.
迎风绽放。